Today's video is going to be a little bit of a departure from my typical coin collecting and precious metals investing videos, but as many of you know, I always have reserved a small little corner of my channel to be dedicated to the topic of alternative investments. And I've covered a lot of different topics over the years, and obviously some are becoming less alternative than others, like cryptocurrency, for instance. I've talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum on my channel before, and I've been involved in crypto for many, many years. And then I've also talked about other collectibles outside of coins, right? So my one true love, right, you could say, is numismatics, coin collecting. But a close second is collectible trading card games, specifically Magic the Gathering. And what we have right here is a collector's booster box of the latest set. Now, if you don't know what Magic the Gathering is, basically it is an incredible collectible trading card game with a fantasy universe that started in 1993. I've been playing since about 1996, and I've played on and off my entire life. It's like the greatest game ever. But of course, there are also collectible cards, and there are rare cards and valuable cards, etc. And basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be opening this box, opening the 12 packs, and seeing if the cards inside are worth equal to, less than, or more than what I paid. And I paid $320 for this box of cards. I know it sounds crazy. Well, probably doesn't sound so crazy to anybody who's a collector of anything. But if you're not a collector of anything, I don't really know why you're watching this video, but welcome. But you probably think it's crazy to spend that much. Anyway, we're going to be opening this, and it's kind of a little homage to Tolarian Community College, which is one of the biggest, best Magic the Gathering channels out there. He does what he calls the booster box game. He opens the box and sees if the cards are equal to or greater than the value of what he paid. So we're going to be doing the same thing. But over top of that, we're going to be talking about some of the similarities and differences between the hobbies of coin collecting and precious metals investing. So without further ado, let's crack into this and see what we got. So I'm very excited. There's lots of different things. First of all, why don't we talk a little bit about what you can get in here. So there are a bunch of different cards. There are the standard cards that come in common, uncommon, rare, and mythic. And then, of course, there are different showcase treatments. So there's alternative, different designs for the border of the cards. Some of those are worth more. Then, of course, there's foil, which are kind of like holographic cards like you'd seen in Pokemon. Same idea here. The foil cards are worth more. But there are a couple of really, really rare, ultra rare chase cards in here. And those are these showcase Japanese cards. I'll put some up on screen. There's also these special guest cards and the full art, etc., blah, blah, blah. And the biggest ones that we're looking for are the mana foil treatments. So basically, why don't we just open up a first pack so those of you who have never seen Magic cards can understand what the heck we're talking about. And then we'll talk a little bit about like what draws me to this, what attracts me to this type of collectible, and sort of how it scratches an itch that coin collecting doesn't. All right, wow, okay, first off, this is a token card, so these are non-playable, but they're used in the game. Wow, holy cow, first pack, we just got a mana foil. Wow, what does that mean? So mana is the currency of the game. It's a resource management game at its heart, and the mana is the money of the game. And there are 5 different mana symbols. There's white, blue, black, green, and red. And this one is a blue card. You can see that has the mana symbol up there. But across the whole card, you can see all the different mana symbols. Holy cow. This one is nice. Let's see what this is worth. So I just checked. This is a $35 card. That's pretty awesome. It's not like the best mana foil you can get, but man, that is awesome. So we already did pretty good. We're already on the board with something great. And there's a bunch of different rare. Normally a pack of Magic cards only has like 1 to 2 rares. Or what does normally mean? If you play Magic, you know what I'm talking about. But these collector's boosters are made specifically for collectors, and they have lots of different rares in them. So that is awesome. So this is just a regular rare. Another regular rare. Ooh, a foil rare. And you're gonna see on screen, obviously, the values before I know them, because I don't know all the values in this set. But there are some that I'll notice. Another foil rare. This is what's called a character land. That's also because this is a land with a little character on it, and those are also supposedly rare and valuable. Not a ton, but... And then the rest of these ones, that's a pretty good one. A lot of these are not actually that valuable. So I'm just sort of gonna run through those quickly so you can see them. If I see anything super valuable, I'll point it out. But you'll see on screen before I even know. So far that was a great pack. That was a $35 pack. So I'll tell you one of the things that's exciting about Magic the Gathering cards and that has something, over coins in my opinion. And again, it's a little bit of a stupid comparison. This whole video, I know I'm insulting myself, but I know the whole video is a little bit, stupid in a sense. But the reason I say that is because you don't have to choose one or the other. It's not like you can only have one hobby, right? So basically, you can have as many hobbies as you want. But what this does versus coins is something I look at it as more of like an aesthetic pursuit, right? I love looking at the beauty of the coins, I like the history, etc. But you can't actually do anything with them beyond displaying them, right? So with Magic cards, they actually have utility, they have a purpose. You can play the game, right? And it's a social thing. You play with your friends, and when you get like a cool card like this that comes out of your deck, your friends will ooh and ah over it. And that's fun. It's fun to share in that, right? That's a cool card. There's a regular foil rare. Let's see. Another foil rare. Ooh, 9 Lives Familiar. I think this is one of the special guest cards. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to double check that. Obviously, you'll see notes on the screen because I'm sort of going off the dome here. I don't know all the details about this set, honestly. It's a brand new set, right? Anthem of Champions. Oh, that's a good one, but that's just a regular rare. And then here we go. Wow, I think that is one of the big hits there, actually. So we've got a Goblin token as well. Niv Mizzet Visionary. They've made a bunch of different Niv Mizzet cards. This one, I think, is one of I mean, this is the newest one, obviously. So that's pretty cool. I think that's worth something. We'll put that over here. So what I'm saying is that you actually have utility with this, unlike coins, right? You can actually play a game, and you can be social, and it's fun, and it's like it's a hobby that scratches a completely different itch from that perspective. Now, the difference between this and coins, we'll give a point to the coin category, right? We just gave a point to the card category in terms of utility, but in other ways, sort of in a different sense, coins have more utility than cards, right? If this game, goes out of business, right? Someday people don't care about it. Hasbro, who owns the rights, shuts down. Who knows, right? Let's say Magic the Gathering ends, and there's no more support for the game, and only the cards that exist are the ones that will forever be out. I mean, that's a classic, Sarah Angel. For the OGs who know, they know. But basically, like, the game might just crumble, and then the card values will tank, and the next generation won't be interested in them, and maybe some of the really top rare cards will still be worth something, but most of them will kind of tank in price. With coins, especially if you're collecting silver or gold coins, no matter what, they'll always have the value of the coins, of the metal themselves. So there actually is, there's a debate on how you would describe what intrinsic value is, but like there is intrinsic value in coins, while there isn't in these just, pieces of cardboard in a sense. That's really nice. All right, here we go. The rares. Sky Knight Squire. I think that's just an ordinary one. Curator of Destinies. I think this one might be worth something. Oop. Got two we got two in a row. See, these are sort of the different types. There's a million different treatments for cards if you're not familiar with Magic. This is the standard look. This is the standard card frame. This is what's called extended art. So you can see that it extends past the borders. And then, for example, this, different card, of course, this is what's called a full art, right? So this one's more than just extended version of this. It's, it's the whole card. The art fills up the whole card frame. All right, let's take a look. What else? High Society Hunter. Don't know anything about that. And Crystal Barricade. That's a nice looking card, but I don't think anything special. Again, we're looking for cards like this, and we're looking for also the full art, beautiful, I forgot what the foiling is called. It's a special foil treatment. So right now, there are two ways to look at utility, and in one sense, Magic cards have more utility than coins, and in another sense, coins have more utility than Magic cards. There's some nice, these are really nice. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. That's a beautiful card. See, the mana, the plains, these are basic lands. You use these in every single deck, and by the way, this is what the back of a Magic card looks like. So some people like to pimp out their decks by using these fancy foil lands, but these are really just the same as any basic plains, but that is really beautiful. I'll end up putting that in a deck somewhere, that's for sure. All right, what else do we have? High Fate Trickster. That's the same card. Here's another example. Same card. This is what the standard one looks like, and this is what that crazy, beautiful mana foil that we pulled as our literal first card. The best card was our first card. How wild is that? Ooh, Blasphemous Edict. I think this is a very good card as well. Phyrexian Arena, this is a classic card. See, it's hard for me to determine what the values are for some of these because some of these are cards that have been reprinted a million times, but because this is a cool full art version, maybe this is worth something more. I don't know. Celestial Armor, that's pretty cool. And Ashroot Animist. I don't think this one is anything special, but still cool. And another token. So we've got, different utility, but there's also, I sort of touched on it when I was talking about, the social aspect. And that's something that I really wish we could get back into coin collecting because there is no reason why, coin collecting can't be as social as Magic cards. Well, I guess in one sense, like with Magic cards, if you want to play, you have to play against somebody else. By virtue of that fact, it is more social. But like, when I go to like my local coin club, the problem is that, I see a million, old men, right? I see a lot of bald heads and gray hairs and gray beards, and I don't see a ton of people that are in their teens, 20s, and 30s. There are tons, like you guys watching right now know that some of you are teens, 20s, and 30s, who are coin collectors, but oh wow, that is really nice. Another mythic. By the way, you can tell the difference between a mythic and a non-mythic. The set symbol. Every set has a different symbol that shows up over here. And when it's orange like that, that is the mythic. That's the highest rarity. Gold is rare. And then you'll see over here, we've got a uncommon, that's silver. And then you'll see a black one like this, which is common. So this is a foil mythic planeswalker. This must be worth something. Obviously, you'll see on screen before I do, but that is really nice. What else? That's just an ordinary rare, I think. I think another ordinary rare. And I think we've gotten one of those already. I don't think that's a particularly desirable card. But yeah, I want to see more, social elements of coin collecting. I want to see more young people at the coin shows. I'd like to see young people getting together in real life, not just online. In real life to trade coins and, talk shop and just sort of enjoy the hobby. So that's something that Magic cards definitely, coin collectors could learn from trading card game collectors. Also, I think the card shows like MagicCon, which is actually where I got this playmat. This is from MagicCon in Amsterdam. I think the coin collecting shows can learn a lot from trading card or even sports card shows. That's a cool card. That's a real classic. I think it's worth almost nothing, but it's really, really cool. Banner of Souls. So far, we haven't gotten any of the big hits as far as I know. Curator, there's another one. See, remember, I'll just show you. I'll go back for a second and show you the 3 different versions of this that we have. So these are all the same card. All of them are Curator of Destinies, but they're 3 different treatments. The standard, the extended art, and this is the full art foil. So I don't think these are worth too much, but it's still pretty cool to have gotten, a bunch of different versions to at least show you guys. So look, we're halfway through. So far, I don't think we're making our money back. This is so far, I think, the only really high-end card that we've gotten so far. But we'll tally it up and find out. Now, here's a point where I'm curious to know what your guys' other hobbies are. So if you're a coin collector or a precious metals investor and you're still watching, please put in the comments. It's really important for me to learn these things so I can adapt my content to your interests. So can you put in the comments what other hobbies you guys are into? Would you collect anything else, etc.? Obviously I'm into sports and stuff, but wow, this is really nice. This is gonna go in a deck of mine for sure. It's an uncommon, but it's really, really nice. So basically, I just wanna know, if you play tennis or you're into hiking, that's great. And I have a million hobbies as well, but I wanna know your other collection hobbies specifically. I'm definitely curious to hear. That's beautiful. I mean, I'm saying that because one of the things that draws Magic card players to the game is the art. And that's something that I think both coin enthusiasts and collectible trading card enthusiasts can enjoy together. I think they both have really, really great art, whether it's a coin or banknotes. I've talked about this in my banknote videos many times, just about how each little bill is its own little canvas. It's its own piece of art, and that's how it is with trading card collecting as well. Hey, oh wow, okay, this is one of those crazy showcase cards. I'm gonna go off screen for a second and find out how much this is worth. This is Herald of Eternal Dawn. This is one of those, oh man, that's beautiful. It's like an anime style, full art Japanese foil, incredible, hit card. So let me take a look. I can't even speak English anymore. I'm looking at this thing. Okay, so I just did a little bit of checking, and this is what is called the regular showcase foil. So it's worth about 40 bucks. Now, I thought this was the fracture foil, which that's the real one that we're going for. The fracture foil is one where it's like, you'll see, it's like crazy shiny, and it's got lots of little specks of foiling around the edge. So that's the difference. So we'll hopefully find one of those, but if not, that's still pretty great. It's a $40 card or so. So we got 2 nice hits so far, and we still have 5 packs to go. Now, I don't remember what the heck I was talking about before, except that, oh, the art. I was talking about the art. And I think that that's a really, really nice element of both of these hobbies. Now, I think another thing in the, sort of on the coin collector side is that, there's staying power. Coin collecting has been around for, literally hundreds of years, and Magic has been, it's not a small, paltry amount, but it's been around for, 30 years. So it really depends on how, sort of how things shake out in the future, right? Will the game last? Will it span generations? Will people be playing Magic like, in 1,000 years like they're playing chess? That's a question. That's a classic, beautiful card. I'm mixing up all the piles, but whatever. It's not that important. Ooh, another foil. Excuse me, another mythic. I don't think that's a particularly desirable one. Wow, this one is definitely a fancy one. Temporal Manipulation. Take an extra turn after this one. Full art foil. I think that one's worth some money. So I just checked. This is actually one of the special guests cards. So this is from a special set within the set, and it's worth about, I think, 8 to 10 bucks. So not bad at all. Another nice little hit. All right, we've got 3 packs left after this one. So hoping for some good stuff. Remember, I spent $320 on this. I'd like to get my money back. But another thing that's fun about this is really like kind of what the basis of mystery grab bags are from the coin collecting world, right? This is essentially a pre-packaged mystery grab bag. And I love that. I just enjoy it. And I'm curious to know, in your other hobbies, do you guys have grab bags for that kind of thing as well? Ooh, I think this is one of the big hits. I think this is one of the, so some of the cards that are just even in the ordinary frame, because they're so good in the game, I think they are also worth quite a bit. I think this is like a $20 card. If a source would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage instead. Yeah, this is a really powerful card. It's a relatively low cost, that's what this is. It's a reasonably good stats in terms of its power and toughness. It has a static ability flying. It's a dragon, which is a popular class, I guess you could say, or creature type, and it has a really strong ability. I think that, and it's foil, so I think that one's worth some good money. You'll see again before I know. Preposterous Proportions. Kaido Cunning Infiltrator. I think this is also another one of the top hits. I think this is a, look, you're gonna see before I do, but I'm curious to see if we're gonna break the dollar value here. We might. Electro Duplicate, that's a beautiful card. Again, the foiling looks great, the art is great, and this token is even nice too. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying sharing it with you guys. Now, I know I've already asked you a couple of questions to put in the comments, so I don't want to overwhelm you, but I am curious also to know if any of you guys actually play Magic the Gathering, because I'd love to, talk more about it, hear more from you guys about it, etc. This is such a blast. I mean, look, it's opening up cards, opening up packs of coins, whatever it is, I enjoy it. I'm a collector at heart, and this is just fun for me. So if you don't care about Magic the Gathering, fine, nothing wrong with that. I won't hold it against you if you skip this video, but I'm enjoying myself. I think this is the third one of this that we got. I think it is not a good card. And I think that's the third one we got of that, also not a good card. But we got the token for Kaito. which is cool. So you sometimes cards produce other cards. So this one, it says create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. So that's what, or the emblem, right? So this is the 2/1 creature token on this side and the emblem from its ultimate ability on the other side. Pretty cool. So we'll put those together. All right, we've got 2 packs left. Can we hit a super high-end full art card? Can we hit another mana foil? Or will we get some just good cards that I can use in my decks and enjoy and hopefully not lose too much money? So I think if, no spoilers, but I think we probably didn't make our money back. And I think that that should just be a good lesson to everybody that, when you're buying things for your hobby, it's nice if you make money on it, but most hobbies, you shouldn't expect to make money on it, right? Like in most cases, we're gonna lose money on this, but part of the loss, right, is that, or that loss can be explained, that loss can kind of be explained away in that it's the payment you're making for the fun and the enjoyment. It's kind of like when you go to a baseball game and people are like, oh my God, I can't, it's kind of like when you go to the movies and they're like, I can't, and it's kind of like when you go to the movies and people say, oh, I can't believe they're charging me $8 for a Coca-Cola. Well, it's not just $8 for a Coca-Cola. It's $8 for a Coca-Cola that includes the privilege of being able to drink it while you're watching a movie on like a 100-foot screen. So with this, it's like, okay, I could buy the singles, but part of this is the thrill of the hunt. And that's kind of what it all comes down to for collectors in general. It's the thrill of the hunt, right? If you have enough money, you could just buy your whole collection, right? You could just go to a coin store and buy an entire full set of Morgan silver dollars. But what's the fun in that? Part of the fun is the hunt. Part of the fun is the process of collecting. And that's kind of what we're doing here when we're opening these packs, right? That pack was kind of a whiff. So we've got 1 pack left. Let's take a look. I hope I've inspired you. I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly have. And let's take a look. And by the way, I'll in the end, and we'll see if we got anything good in this last little bit. I know I'm rifling through the commons and uncommons pretty quickly, but most people who collect Magic cards don't really care to see those. I think that's a pretty good one. I don't think it's worth much. That one I think is worth 10 or 15 bucks. It's a foil, and that's a good one. Zimone Paradox Sculptor. Archmage of Runes. I don't know if that's anything good. Another Electro Duplicate, but this time not foil. And our last card, Alesha, Who Laughs at Fate. All right, so let's tally everything up and see if I made money or not. Well, you guys have already seen the value of these cards, but I just got back from checking everything out, and I think ending on Alesha, Who Laughs at Fate is kind of perfect because Fate is certainly laughing at us on this one. I mean, I spent $320 on this collector's booster box, and we got $177 worth of cards. So obviously it's a huge loss, and obviously this was a gamble. And I also want to just be clear, when I talk about alternative investments, I'm not referring to buying a collector's booster box, for example, and just hoping for the best. Obviously that's not an investment, that's a gamble. When I'm referring to alternative investments, I'm talking about the entire world of collectible trading cards, Magic the Gathering cards, for instance. And when you're going to be investing in something like that, you only want to invest in quote-unquote investment grade cards. So cards that are on the reserve list, for instance. Now, I know that's getting a little too deep for the purposes of this video, but I just want to be clear, just so you all know, especially if I have young viewers out there, buying a collector booster box like this is for the fun, it's for the enjoyment of the hobby, it's for the thrill of the hunt, and it is a gamble. It is absolutely not an investment. But anyway, I had a lot of fun opening this. Obviously, this can be a cautionary tale of sorts, but take it with what you will. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I generally make videos specifically about coin collecting and precious metals investing, but of course, as you see, about alternative investments as well. If you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button, throw me a like while you're at it, and I got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out. A huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. If you're not yet a patron and want to become one, the links are below, and I can't wait to meet you in our private Discord server.